Alright, we're back up and running. We see the new wallpaper that will be for the release of 2021. So the number will be 2101 and then a number, but the January version anyway. And a Super C. Should have killed this little guy here, Super C. So we'll, oh, there he is. He's killed now. It will take some time in a VirtualBox, I guess. Super C activates or deactivates the conky, and the conky was here for us to help you, right? This key, that key, this key. If this is the first time ever on a tiling window manager, right, then it will be difficult, but not for us, because Ctrl T is everywhere the same thing. Super Shift Enter is everywhere the same thing, and we're happy with that because it's finger memory. Once you learn the keyboard shortcuts, they travel with you over 20 desktops. We have 20 desktops. Okay, where should I start with DWM? Well, first of all, it just works out of the box. So there's no need to go changing things. So I guess a general overview will be in order. And again, the biggest tip, the best tip I can give you is the Arch Wiki. Start with that, and then DWM, and then cups. Let's say that as well, because printers, well, might work as well. But if you want to know something or install something for printers, you remember the word cups. See, the first hint is a good hint. And I've helped many people already on ArcoLinux forum. So HP, lib, and all these things, it's all explained. It's the drivers you might be missing. There might be in a package, but they might also be just on the AUR. I'm just typing my own printer here, yay Canon, and all kind of elements up here, all kind of numbers or version, and you just go and have a look at your particular number and install number 66, for example. So just a tip that Arch Wiki matters, the information is there, besides of course on ArcoLinux.com and ArcoLinuxD.com, both of them. Now we're going to go, of course, for DWM. All right, let's read. The only way to gather knowledge is either by reading or watching YouTube, right? That's the truth. It's a dynamic window manager for Xorg. It manages windows in tiled, stacked, and full screen layouts, as well as many other help with the help of optional patches. That's gonna be the issue, patches. Layouts can be applied dynamically, optimizing the environment for the application use and task performed. Multi-head means many monitors, 1, 2, 3, 4 multi-heads, okay. The prescribed way to install DWM is to clone, run make, and make install. DM can also be installed in AUR or Git. Basically, we've done that already. So I'm not going to do that over again because it's not our thing. It's the Arch Linux thing, and it's the suckless desktop. So DWM is explained here. What if I go and use Arch Linux and then install DWM, and we get this kind of image? So totally different kind of design and total different idea and bar, and so choices, like always. What do you install? What choices, what Lego blocks do I want on my system? So that's explained there. So we're not going to do the complete Arch Linux version installation. No, we have our own DWM, our own view on it, and our own look that we want to keep on an ArcoLinux well, distribution or ISO, right? So the pre-described way is to do this, okay, fine, and then make any required configuration change before building, see this and that. DWM is configured in compile time by editing some of its source files. Config H for detailed information, well done, def H. Okay, what are they talking about? Let's have a look. Control H. Do we have something like that? Now, I'm just going to say this in general, because I still have a few other desktops in my pipeline. What you start with, when you never saw this desktop before, is take a look, is there a file in the top level, Bash RC, Is there anything in here pointing to DWM? No. Is there a hidden folder in here hidden to DWM? No. Then there must be one down there, and there is. So this is where our files are. That might be totally different place on another system. This is where we put our stuff. And this is, well, the gathering of our settings plus the extras we need. Extras for auto starting, extra for keyboard, and extra for script. But the application itself, the thing that's running, is actually not here. The application that's running, that we're looking at, the thing that's visual here, which DWM. That's where it is. That's the thing, the desktop that's running. And all the rest, everything you see and all that, some of them point to this particular directory here. So if you don't have it, it won't work. But the essential part, the core, the heart, DWM, is there. And we have to build it each time over and over and over again. With the accent of over and over again. Make install, of course, with sudo. Now, so config H, do we have that? Config H, yes, check. Do we have this one? Yes, check. I have always the reflex to compare things. That's the easiest way to learn. At this point in time, they're exactly the same thing. But we'll have to dive in the code at some point in time, right? Let's first take a look what's going on with our DWM, where it all is. So let's follow this, patches, yeah, okay, fine. I'll put this guy, but I don't think, no, I'm sorry, but I can't do a super shift 3 because I am QWERTY, AZERTY, you know the drill. So, yep. So this time actually need to be UK, for example, US. Okay, I guess Control C, voila. So I'm gonna take this thing and put it on number 4. Now it's here. So you guys won't have that issue. I don't think there's so many AZERTY users in the world, but for me it's always a hassle of changing these things. So we're following here. Patches, click. Look at all of them go. Now our goal, our vision with Steven, because Steven is the one who developed DWM, is that we want it to be minimal, we want it to be nice, we want it to be stable, and if you keep the patches to the minimum, pretty sure that it's going to be stable and it's going to be working till the end of years, right? Years to come. So there are lots of things, there are lots of old things as well, things that never worked, and he tested them all out. So respect for that, he really tested them all out. Can you imagine how many hours and days went to that particular testing of patches? And a patch is a change that you do to the files. It all starts in this folder, and things will be changed and then build again with all the possible moments when it can go wrong, because there's a comma and a hashtag and this and that, and the application won't start, it won't build the application, won't build DWM, and you've broke the system. So patching is definitely something for later. Okay, we were here, so he closed my thing here. So patches, fine. So we can get knowledge in from somebody else who was able to write some code, and we import the code, but it's not going to be an easy import, but you can import it, and then you have a different kind of application and so on. Now, starting, we have our light DM manager, so we don't need to read all that. There's a tutorial that we can read. Launching, so I think it's good if you just scroll through it. and follow along, but our keyboard shortcuts will be our keyboard shortcuts. They might be the same for some time, but they should be the same on all our 20 desktops. That's the bottom line. Conquer status bar, let's skip all that. Restart DWM. We have our button, super shift R. Voila, it's reloaded, right? Super shift R. You put everything now on one page, but we relaunched it. So super Q, which is now not here, but here, super Q is going to delete all the things that are active, right? Everything that's blue is active. The active thing is bye-bye. Now, I think this might conclude an overview of DWM. Oops, yeah, that's the control Q here, right? So DWM, wow. Suckless. Remember the word suckless. DWM, this is where you should go and read everything and see what you can learn from it. Related discussions, related projects. Also we have another lot of things we could have, we'll see. Xmonad we have, and some of these things are just way too old. Qtile we have. All right. So let's end with maybe some screenshots, why not? See how it could look like. Colors is colors, icons is icons. I mean, bars are bars. You can change it any way you see fit, but that's really is for later. It's not that simple. But again, maybe you should end with that. If you know the file config h, and you know I give you this tip from time to time, git config h, there we go, I'm on QWERTY, git config h, DWM. W is now here, the M is now here. There are many people who dabble or actually work with DWM, and you can have a look at their code and see what they are changing, because colors are colors. That's easy, it's no biggie, right? It's just an RGB color. What you do is you just Google RGB, there you go. Take some color, that's probably gonna be better. Like this one, yeah, whatever. And you get this color. And you can actually move this thing over here and say, okay, so this is my color that I Control C, copy paste in here. And yes, you have a different color for the border, the selection, the background, the foreground, and so on. So there is still a wide world of customization, and surely we'll do one of them, not these guys, but we are going to create ourselves something different. The patches, the multipoint, multi-modal FAQ, and so on. All right, that's it for this video. We'll see what we'll do in the next. Cheers.